Myself Varshit, and we are going to discuss the topics Introduction to Ajax. First of all, what is Ajax? Ajax stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. There is no proper definition for Ajax, so that's why I said the abbreviation of Ajax. Ajax neither a new nor a technology. It's a combination of JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and XML. Jesse James Garpet invented this acronym in Feb 2005 to describe its use by Google. Introduction content. Web development technique for creating interacting web application. Ajax is not a new approach or a language, but that's a new way to use existing standards. Most of the Ajax world is focused on the client side and its effects. XML is used to move information between client and server. HTML and CSS create format of output and making stylish output. JavaScript blend all these elements together and dynamically interact with the information with server. In Ajax, asynchronous means the code does not execute with loading a whole page, but that is execute when an event is occur. The event may be load, click, index of combo box, change, etc. JavaScript. JavaScript is one of the most popular programming languages. Its popularity is due entirely to its role as the scripting language of www along with VBA script. JavaScript has a syntax similar to Java, but it is not a real programming language. It is script. It was developed at Netscape and not Sun. It was originally called LiveScript, but the name wasn't confusing enough. JavaScript blends all the mentioned technologies together to create Ajax pattern. When a user clicks a button, you can use JavaScript and XHTML to immediately update the UI. Then you spawn an asynchronous request to the server using the XML HTTP request object via JavaScript to perform an update or query a database. When the request returns as XML, you can use JavaScript, CSS, XLST, and DOM to update your UI. Accordingly, without refreshing the entire page, most importantly, users don't even know your code is communicating with the server. The website feels like it's instantly responding, like desktop usability. History. Ajax was not so much popular still, but then James Garrett comes picture in Feb 2005. He suggests the name Ajax. He wrote an article on Ajax name New Approach to Web Application. Although web development getting more and more popular, users are still experience the nasty part of having to click a button, wait until a new page loads, click another button, wait until the new page loads, and so on. Ajax is provide new opportunity for all the users, mainly to build a fast, dynamic website, but also to save resources. With Ajax, you communicate with the server behind the scenes and select the data which you want and display instantly in a web page. With no page refreshing is needed for and no waiting, making a web application look and feel like a desktop application. That basically Ajax does. In browser, we write code in JavaScript that can fetch data from server as we need it. JavaScript uses the XML HTTP request object to send a request to the server behind the scenes without causing a page refreshing. The data that come back from the server can be XML or just maybe plain text if you prefer. The XML HTTP request is originally developed by Microsoft. XML HTTP request is kernel of the Ajax. The XML HTTP request object allows client-side JavaScript to make HTTP request to the server without reloading pages in the browser and without blocking the user. The JavaScript object was originally introduced in Internet Explorer 5 by Microsoft and it's the enabling technology that allows asynchronous requests. The Mozilla project first implemented the compatible browser with XML HTTP request in Mozilla. These implement later followed by Apple since 1.2 Safari, Opera software since Opera 8.0, etc. Examples. Now we have Ajax enable Yahoo search where there will be no refreshing page and can't get search result at the same page without the refreshing that page. Just click on search Yahoo or mail and you will be get a result on the same page. Here the example which we have searched in Yahoo. Classic model. The classic web application model work like this. Most of the user HTTP requests go to the server directly. The server does some processing, retrieves data, crunches numbers, talks to various legacy systems, and then returns an HTML page to the client. This is the classic model. The approach makes a lot of technical sense, but it doesn't make for a great user experience. This is also a response from the server, interaction to event the data, and data response to presentation. Every user action that normally would generate an HTTP request takes the form of a JavaScript called Ajax Web Application Model, and it is asynchronous type. So, generate an HTTP request takes from the form of JavaScript. Ajax incorporates several technologies, each flourishing on its own right, coming together in powerful new ways. Standards based presentation using XHTML CSS, dynamic display and interaction using DOM, data interchange and manipulation using XML XSLT, asynchronous data retrieval using XML HTTP request, and JavaScript binding everything together. XHTML stands for Extendable Hypertext Markup Language. It consists of all the elements in HTML combined with the syntax of XML. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It is used to describe the presentation of a document written in HTML or XML. DOM. The HTML DOM is the document object model for HTML. DOM provides a standard set of objects for representing HTML and XML documents and a standard interface for accessing and manipulating them. Essentially, it connects web pages to scripts or programming languages. It defines an HTML document as a collection of objects that have properties and methods and it can respond to events. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. XML was designed to describe data and to focus on what data it is, unlike HTML, which was designed to display data and to focus on how data looks. It is a general purpose markup language for creating special purpose markup languages that carry data. XSL stands for Extensible Style Sheet Language. XSLT stands for XSL Transformations. XSLT is used to transform an XML document into another XML document or another type of document that is recognized by a browser like HTML and XHTML. Advantages of Ajax, whereas its client side that produce smooth, uninterrupted users workflow, save time for taken to page load again, creates entirely new types of user interfaces, whereas server side doesn't require third party software like Java and Flash. It's fit into normal code flow. Most developer are known the JavaScript. Disadvantages of Ajax whereas client side. Poor compatibility with old browsers and many mobile devices. The first time long wait for Ajax sites. Problem with forward back buttons and bookmarks. Whereas developer side easily abused by the bad programmers. Not everyone has JavaScript enabled. Too much code makes browser slow. Ajax frameworks. There are four types of Ajax frameworks: direct Ajax frameworks, indirect Ajax frameworks, Ajax component frameworks, server driven Ajax frameworks, direct Ajax frameworks, and indirect Ajax frameworks. This is based on compilation technology required the knowledge of high level languages. Ajax component frameworks, large in size and use it to create web applications rather than websites. Server driven Ajax frameworks, that is user components are created and manipulated on the server using server side languages. This is alternate Ajax. Conclusion: Ajax is a very innovative, fast, modern, outstanding technology for web pages, which can provide rich user interface and can work almost like a desktop application. Thank you.